Our passion for creating the most advanced, well-designed solutions led to our position as an industry leader in next-gen core services. For the millions of calls processed over our emergency IP networks, to our Text for 911 solution, Texty, to our disaster recovery and backup solution, Mevo, it's easy to see we love what we do. For more information, check us out at www.INdigital.net.
XRapidDeploy believes that every public safety agency, regardless of size, should have access to the data they need when it matters most. That's why since 2016, our mission has been to reduce emergency response times and improve public safety. We are the industry's only integrated emergency response platform. Our web-based cloud platform includes analytics, mapping, dispatch, and mobile apps, purpose-built for 911 in the 21st century. Visit www.rapiddeploy.com to learn how we enable effective, efficient, data-driven emergency response.
If Within the Trenches has ever taught you something, open your eyes to what it is like to be a 911 dispatcher, or has inspired you to become one, then help support us and join our Patreon. Get exclusive bonus content, one-of-a-kind swag, discounts on merchandise, ad-free early access to new episodes, and much more. To join, please visit patreon.com/WTT podcast. And if you're an industry partner, we have something for you as well. And now, for the show.
This is Jordan, and you're listening to the Code 7 Podcast Network.
Warning. This episode contains the 3 A's of podcasting: adult content, adult language, and awesomeness. You've been warned.
Dispatch.
There is no one over here to cook our lunch. We are waiting for our lunch, and there's no one here to cook our lunch.
All right, calm down. Where are you at?
The group home. Now, what are you going to do?
We'll get some help over there for you, okay?
Welcome to Open Mic, where we visit the lighter side of dispatch, because laughing is good medicine. Good evening, everyone. Oh, shit. I know, right? I should be busting some bricks or something. Now, let me throw up a bunch of stuff here. Halcyon, I did dress up after all. All right, let me throw some branding up here. Oh man, this is good stuff. All right. Welcome everyone to Open Mic Live. This live broadcast is sponsored by INdigital as well as XRapidDeploy. And thank you all for joining me here tonight. We're going to be sharing some stories, some funny ones, of course, but also hopefully, some spooky ones, some odd, cases, whether they be calls or stuff that's happened at your dispatch center. Woo! This is going to be good. Also, I have to give a shout out. The song that I played, that of course it was the Super Mario theme there, but it had a hip hop remix. So that shout out goes to, I think the page here is Mario King 983, and all rights go to that person. I didn't do that music. That was something that I found on YouTube. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that link in the comments here, just so that people can see it. And all the credit to that person who did that. That was really cool. I'm going to play a little bit more here. And you know what? It fits perfect because I'm like the the Mexican version of Super Mario, but I'm from the barrio, Super Barrio. Oh man, because I couldn't get the stash to come out this way, and so I decided to go with the cholo type big O stash this way. I even went as far as putting some little chops up in there. Whoosh, whoosh. That's right. Right before I got started getting prepared for all of this, I went and I shaved really fast and did it all like this to match my character, man. Yeah. Oh man, it feels so stupid, but this is so much fun. Yeah, Glenna. Barrio Mario. Orale. What's going on, man? You know, I did this. I dressed up as Raccoon Mario back in 2016, and I had a red long sleeve shirt. However, I didn't have one, so I had an extra red hoodie, and bam, it works. It works. Um, let's see. That's right, Jill. All in. Went all in, man. So before we get started here, I want to know how many of you are dressed up? Are you dressed up right now? Because I had put something out there. It was only once, but I put something out there saying that if anyone actually dressed up tonight and jumped on screen to as proof that you dressed up for tonight, you would be entered into a $100 gift card giveaway. So, did anybody dress up? If not, then I guess I get to keep the loot. But let me know in the comments. Let me know if anybody dressed up, and I can bring you on screen with me. Let's see. About 8 years ago, my husband and I were Mario and Luigi for Halloween. The following spring, we decided to have a Mario Kart tournament. The loser had to dress as Luigi, always number 2, and go to dinner with the winner at a place of their choice. I won. We got pizza and went to Dairy Queen. Hell yeah. That is awesome. We sent you pictures. The costumes are off now. What? You being dirty? I'm just playing. Where did you send me the picture? Where did you send the picture? I'll pull it up here. Did you send it on like Messenger or something? Oh, I just see it here on my phone. Okay, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Let me look it up really quick. So you're going to see my face moving around, eyes moving around and everything. I'm not going nuts. I'm just looking all over the place for this picture here. Okay, hold on a minute. Yeah. Okay. I got it. Hold on. Let me pull it up here. Okay, here we go. Let me share my screen. Here's the picture. Bam. There we go. Those are my homies from We Speak Dispatch. They did a special edition as well earlier today, and they're all dressed up as well. That's pretty badass. Make sure to check them out on social media and wherever you can hear podcasts. You can check them out. We Speak Dispatch. That is awesome. That is excellent. MIB. I like it. I like it. This is good stuff. So I had told my daughters as well. I said, I'm going to shave. And they're like, no, don't do it. They hate it when I shave. They don't like me without, facial hair or anything. So tomorrow I'm going to end up taking all of this off. And the handlebar, none of that will be there. But I wanted to do this for tonight. I wanted to dress up and have a little fun with everyone. So went through the sponsors and everything. Roll call. Where are you at? Where are you watching from? And how is everyone doing? Leave the stash, really? It goes far. Check it out. It actually goes all the way under. I thought it was cool. I thought I'd keep it. I don't know how the rest of the family will dig it. I doubt they'll dig it, but who cares? I dig it. So how are you feeling? It's Thursday. I obviously right now I'm at a 10, man. I am flying high. All I need is one of those stars and I could be, all over the place as well. So again, 1 being shitty and 10 being awesome. How are you feeling right now? All right, let's see. Dawn, West Tennessee. I'm seriously at a 5 with that sucks. I saw some posts that you were going through that. Much love, good vibes, prayers, everything to, quick recovery and all. Kelsey is solid 2. Damn, took a week off to stream and my PC crashed. Oh, dude, I'm sorry. That does suck. Hopefully we can get your number a little higher, at least to a 3 or something up there. Does the stash do anything? Seriously, I'm sorry that you're at a 2. I'm hoping everyone who's at a low number, we can bring you up. Let's see. Glenna's at a 10. James at an 8.5. Tim at an 8. Let's see. Halcyon just says I was a day early. Did I miss it? What was your number? Let's see. Sherry's at a 7. Jim is at a 10. Excellent. Glenna says, shout out to, yes, we're friends on Facebook as well. A huge shout out to Brittany Gooding. She is recovering right now, and we wish you all the best. You are awesome. And I did get your message, and I will be sending you one back here shortly. Jill is a 10. Awesome. It's Halloween, even though it's COVID, it's still trying to make the best of it. We're doing the same thing. They're going to be, doing, they're still going to be doing a version of trick-or-treating. So we decided to go ahead and hit up Costco and get like those big ass boxes of the full candy bars, full size. Bam. About to do it that way. Erica, my girlfriend, what up, yo? Let's see. Leave the stash. Orale, what's going on? I know that was stupid. Let's see, but you're a 9 tonight. Excellent. That is good. Let's see, hovering at a solid 4. Hopefully we can get you up there as well. And let's see, 9.5 for Halcyon. Excellent. And Glenna, you're still dressed up. Awesome. Let's see, cat burglar. Hold on a minute. Let me see if. Okay, hold on here. You give full-size candy bars every year? That's pretty badass. So you must have everyone going to your place and just being awesome. We usually just put them all out on a bowl and, honor system. Hopefully everybody sticks to it. If not, what can I say? But yeah, we always have a good variety, but this time we decided to go with the full size and, be cool like that. So we're joining your ranks. That is good. We are joining your ranks. That is awesome. See, I have a candy bar cult following. The same kids keep coming back every year, and they are slowly bringing new friends. I mean, that's a good thing. That is cool. They'll watch out for, your area. Like, that's the house that gives all the badass candy. Don't let anyone mess with them. So that's a good thing. Like I said, we're joining your ranks. Shout out to patrons. Thank you for everything as always. Posted episode 349 recently. Yesterday, actually, with Molly with 000 out of Esta. And, she's an ambulance call taker out there. Excellent episode. She's 10 months in. Very cool person to talk to. Loved every moment of that episode. Episode 350 is getting recorded tomorrow and possibly posted tomorrow. Recorded and posted to everyone. Episode 351, I already put a teaser out on it. That is with Hank Hunt, who is the president of the Carrie Hunt Foundation. And he did a presentation for Dare to Be Great 2. There were some technical difficulties. So his actual PowerPoint did not go up there, but the story, the audio alone was very powerful. But I ended up getting the PowerPoint from he and his wife, DJ, and I asked permission to use the audio and actually put the presentation to the audio as he's going through it. So episode 351 for the video piece is going to be going out on Wednesday, probably around noon or 1. and it's one you don't want to miss. It is definitely a powerful story, and thank you, Hank and DJ, so much for trusting me with that, and putting it together so that people can see this presentation that you had. It's you spend a lot of time on it, and to not be able to show it during that time, it sucked. There's no other way to say it. It sucked, but we got it. We have the audio, and it's going to go out next week. So for patrons, you already have access to it, but it is an excellent episode, and again, it's one that you don't want to miss. Whether you are in public safety or not public safety, it's a story that you need to hear. So that'll be going out. IPSTA conference just finished up. It was superb, an excellent conference, and a lot of great reviews. And I've been talking like crazy. Let me go back up here and look at the comments that are coming in. Let's see. Full size. Let's see. Okay, we're talking about full size candy bars, Amazon. Growing up, we always enjoyed going to a house where they gave out handfuls of coins and dollars that they saved over the year. That's pretty awesome too. That is very cool. Let's see. Hank Hunt was amazing, even with just the audio only. Yes, definitely. Just wait until you see the presentation to go along with it. Even more powerful. Let's see. Elizabeth says, "Who has to work the full moon Halloween that also runs into daylight savings time? Talk about a triple whammy." Oh hell, for real? Is that really what it is? Oh man, yeah. Yep. I'm glad I'm not working it. But I've definitely been there for some of those whammies. Let's see. Glenna says first Halloween off in quite a few years. That is always good. Tim, thank you so much. Leah as well did excellent. Yeah, the entire conference was just good. People are still registering like crazy for the IPSTA conference, and a lot of great sessions that were part of that. And as we're talking about IPSTA, I want to share a little story with you. Actually, you know what? Before I tell you this story, let me show you something else first. Okay. Oh man. So when we're in the green room, I have Leah signed in as me as well so that she can listen to the audio on the back end to make sure that the audio is good. And excuse me, to make sure that if there's any questions that come in or any monitoring or anything, she can put those through the system, and we can keep track of those. Now, when I go into the green room, there are times when I play music, and I will play music and I will sing, or I'll just sing by myself. Or when speakers come into the green room with me, I play music and, just to loosen them up. Yep. Just to loosen them up. Because, we're all nervous when we're getting ready to speak in front of a bunch of people, even virtually. We want to do a good job, right? So I want people to feel loose and, like we're having a good time and everything right before going live. And it has helped a lot. Now, I think for myself, I sometimes get nervous, and I get nervous a lot. But I will start singing something, or I without music, or I'll have music on. And so this one I played, and I started lipping it, and it's just a few seconds. And it got recorded. So it's good because these are the bloopers that I love to show you, because doing these conferences are so much fun. Yeah, there's a lot of stress and a lot of stuff that goes into putting it together. But when it's finally time to do it, I am having so much fun. And, the speakers are having fun. We're all having fun doing this. So this is just one of the things that came out of the IPSTA conference before I brought in one of the speakers and went to a session. So here we go. I mean, look at my face already as it is. All right. Are you ready? Here we go.
Who understands those crap facts? I only talk to her because she looks like a total prostitute. Okay, I mean her butt. It's just so big. I can't believe it's just so round. It's out there. I mean, gross. Look, she's just so.
Oh man. Could you hear it? Or do I need to turn it up a little more? Like I could hear it fine, but I just wanted to make sure you could hear it. And there's a delay. So I'll wait to see in the comments um if you even understood what was going on there. Oh man. I'm gonna pull this off here really quick. And let's see. It should have been a game of guess the song. I mean, it's a popular song. It's a song from the 90s, early 90s maybe. And Glenna, did you know? Did you know what it was? Does anybody know what it was? Could you tell what song it was? Because I'll play it again. Let's see. It sounded like it might have been the opening to Baby Got Back. Yes. Yep. That's what it was. Oh man. Yeah. So funny. The hand gestures, yes. Oh man. Yeah. So that that's just one of the things, it's like I said, doing these conferences has been so much fun. And then having the bloopers come out, but that's what happens. Like when I get nervous sometimes, I will start playing music or I'll just start singing. I'll just start singing and just like getting down and everything. And then there will be a video there, which I'm so glad that that happens because that's some of the behind the scenes stuff that none of you get to see. You see this polished, finished product, so to speak. However, it's what goes into it that makes it that much more real, I guess, or fun. And that's just one of the things. So that's why I shared that stuff with you because um yeah, it's hard work and all, but it's fun. And I enjoy doing it. It's such a good time. Okay, so now, like I said, that was part of IPSTA, but we're going to start in some of the stories here. So, wait a minute. Maybe I should do this. I don't know. Tell me what you think. If it hurts your eyes or anything. It wasn't really hurting mine. It was all right. I don't know. What do you think? Should I keep it? Should I keep this? Just keep it on for the rest of the time? Yes? Okay. If it starts messing up your eyes or something, let me know and I'll take it down. Because I couldn't keep the gloves on because it changes the screen for some reason. I don't know why. But what's going to be funny is trying to tell you some of these stories and you take me seriously. Not that you probably do anyway. But see, there's the bricks. I can Oh, so stupid. Okay. Anyway, here we go. So, Vic, what is going on, man? We should talk tomorrow because I'll have time tomorrow. So IPSTA last year. So whenever I've gone to the IPSTA conference, there's a lot of there's a lot that I do there. So for the past few years, oh man, a while now, I have gone there and not only presented, but I've also done the podcast there, and it has been amazing. And I thank you so much, Brent, Jason, Brian. Just all of you have been so good to me. The podcast, the movement, all of it. So thank you so much. And that's why it was such an honor to be able to do this with all of you for IPSTA's 2020 being a virtual conference. So last year, and of course years before, what would happen is, because I was working for INdigital, I would leave from here in Fort Wayne and drive the 4 hours or whatever it is to get to Springfield, um, to do the conference. So I would stay 2 hotels away from it, which it really isn't that far. It's just like a 3-minute walk. But I would get there, get, washed up or whatever, get my INdigital stuff on, and then take the van over to drop off rather, all of the stuff that I needed to for the INdigital booth, as well as the Within the Trenches booth. And then, but that would be on a Sunday. On Sunday, it would be the banquet that was going on. It would be for the industry partners, kind of opening banquet and everything. And Lavelle, I know, I told you, I don't know if you're going to be able to take me serious as I'm telling you this, with all of this going on and this. Yes. Anyway, so there would be times where I would get there, and I would get there right before it was time to start everything. So I would haul ass, set everything up, and my coworkers would be getting there and they would help me out and everything too. And then, like 30 minutes later, the banquet would start. For the industry partners, people would come in, they'd have drinks, finger foods, all types of stuff. Code for Cafe, what's going on? Haven't seen you in a while. Ricochet Ricky, yes. And I would have to run back to the hotel and then get ready and come back. So um last year that's the way it was. I got there, traffic kind of held me back. I got there, hooked everything up, and then went back to get ready for the show. Now, I am Roxy, what's going on? So I get back to the hotel and I go into, into the bathroom. I, showered up and everything. And I was, trimming up my beard because my beard was, it was bad. And I needed to tame it. So, I'm trimming my beard. And as I'm standing there looking in the mirror, I see something run by me. No shit. I haven't really talked about this before. Um, but something ran by, like peripheral vision. I saw something run by, and it was clearly a little kid's shadow, like silhouette. I saw it run by, and I got scared, like really, really scared. And I just stood there, and I remember going, because I could feel a presence, and I saw that, and I kind of saw it in the mirrors because the closet was right there. There's a mirror there, and then of course the mirror here, and I could see it like all the way around. And I'm just standing there, and I remember saying, "Okay, Lord, what was that?" And I was just standing there, and I could hear something over where the beds are at, and I thought, did I not shut the door? Like, did a kid run in or something? And I was kind of freaking out a little bit. And the crazy thing though is that the horror genre is my favorite genre. I love scary shit. I kind of like being scared, but for whatever reason, mm-mm, that was crazy. What? Oh dear God! Please say you at least were in a towel. Oh, I was already dressed and stuff, but I was trimming, uh, and so I end up going out of the bathroom and peeking around, and there is nothing there. No one. There's no one there. But um one of the side tables, the drawer, where the Bible usually is, the drawer was out a little bit. And I shit you not, I stood there and I was trying to retrace my steps. And I was trying to think, when I came in originally, was that drawer out? And I couldn't remember. And it was freaking me out. Um, what's that? Well, Walking to my car in the dark all by myself is going to be fun tonight. Sorry. So I'm standing there. Kelsey, there's another word there for the cloud. Yes. Hashtag trimming. Um, yeah, I was freaking out, man, trying to think back if that drawer was shut. And I decided to go ahead and shut it. And I finished up quickly what I was doing and got my backpack and hauled ass. And I went back to the conference center there. What is it, the Crown Point, I think it is. Crown Point or Crown Plaza, one of the two. Maybe it's Plaza. Anyway, I go back and I was telling my coworkers about it, and they're like, dude, you need to be careful. Like, did somebody run in? I said, I don't know. I don't know if somebody ran in, but I shit you not, there was something. There was someone. It might have been a little gremlin. I have no idea, but something ran by me. I felt a presence. I saw it in the mirrors, and I can feel it in my chest right now. Like I'm getting a little jumpy just thinking about it. Oh man. So yeah, that happened when I went back to the room that night, which was way later that night because we had taken some customers out. Um, I go back, and when I walked in, I looked at the drawer and it was closed. It wasn't open. I was afraid that I was going to get back and the drawer was going to be open. But man, I couldn't sleep that night. Um, I just laid there for the longest time, and then before I knew it, I woke up and it was already daylight. Nothing else happened the rest of the time I was there. I was there for a week and nothing else happened. Thank the Lord. But I will never forget that. And that was last year. That was just last year that happened. Um, until now, unless there's anyone here from IPSTA, none of them know about it either. And I didn't tell them because I didn't want to find out that night that maybe at the hotel that I was at, that Hilton Garden, that something had happened there, and it was something bad. Um, there was something else that happened once that kind of maybe I won't tell that one. But anyway, that IPSTA conference last year, that right there, man, that happened, and it freaked me out. I'll still stay there again, but I will always remember that. Let's see. James says there is a section of the Atlantic City Expressway where we get 911 calls about a lady in a dress walking along the shoulder with a flashlight, and when troopers go through the area, it's always GOA UTL. Is there any backstory behind that? Like, did something happen? Do you know if something happened like that? It reminds me of a story off of Unsolved Mysteries, like the original Unsolved Mysteries, where it was something similar to that. And there was a girl that's walking close to a cemetery, and when you get close, like she comes up to the door and then just goes away. Ooh, yep, makes me think of that. Let's see. Elizabeth says, heck, the other day I had to run up the back stairs to let a unit from another department in to use our breathalyzer. And when I turned the corner, there was a snake. I'm sure the video of me high stepping is hilarious. Yeah. Let's see. I would not have gone back. I would have taken a blanket to the lobby. Yeah. Glenna says, just nope, I'd cry. James says, my part-time job, the dispatch room, had a window, and during the midnight shift, you would feel as though someone walked by the window in the lobby and no one was there. Ooh. Yeah, dude. Let's see. Code for Cafe says Ridgeland Avenue in Chicago has Resurrection Mary. I think I've heard of that one. Yeah. And James, I'm not aware of any calls unless it predates 1995. I mean, you never know, dude. It's possible. So There was a time where I did like security dispatching. It was a private company, and I was dispatching for them. We also did 911 stuff. Um, and when you first started, you went out with the guards to walk some of the buildings. And one of the first buildings, um, and this is in Holland, Michigan. One of the first buildings there that they took me to was where their dispatch center used to be, and you'd have to take the elevator to go down. Okay, and it was only a couple floors, but you had to go all the way down to the basement to get to the center. Well, the old center rather. I mean, it's still there, but nobody's in there anymore or anything. There's a bunch of other stuff that they have, and there's more of like a storage area now, I guess. But we went down there, and they were showing me everything, and they said, I said, this place is haunted, and I said, what do you like? What? And of course, right away, I'm intrigued because I dig scary shit, and I said, like, what, man? Like, what happens here? And they said, well, there was one time that the owner came down. The owner went down to visit because he would visit everyone every day at the same time at night, and he would come down. And one time, we heard the elevator come down and the doors open, and no one came out. No one ever came out. So we went to go check, and there he was. Like, he had a stroke or heart attack, one of the two, and he passed away in the elevator. And ever since then, that elevator comes down at the same time as, whoa, I just heard something over here. Every time during that time that he would come down, it happens. Elevator comes down, from what they tell me, or from what they told me rather. At that time, every day, the elevator comes down, the door opens. Not a thing. Nope. Screw that, right? Across the street from that building, when you walk through it, and these guys are walking me through, and they said that late at night, when you go through there, you can hear two little kids running around in the building through the halls, laughing and playing. And I thought they were bullshitting, but I guess when they were building, the building was under construction when they were first putting it up. There were two kids that ended up, losing their lives there, and they believe that that's who. They believe that, I'm just reading the comments here. They believe that that's who it is. That's who the little kids are that you hear in the building. Like, you can hear them playing and then like coming up to you and then gone. I never heard it, but that's one thing that I did not want to stay around long enough to hear that. I was like, come on, man, let's go get something to eat. Let's go get some coffee. Like, I don't want to hang around for that. But yeah, that's one of the things that I remember being there at that building that they told me about. And I thought, man, that is not cool. I've had so much stuff happen to me growing up in a house that was haunted. It was an old funeral home. So you can imagine. And I've told those stories before. If you haven't heard them, I can tell some of them again. But that place, it's still there too. But that house was something else. But I remember this is now 6 months ago or more. Something that happened to me here in this home. I was asleep, and I woke up in the middle of the night because I felt something like on my toes. And I opened my eyes and I laid there. I thought, is that Livy? Like my 4-year-old daughter? Because sometimes we'll wake up and she's like hey, is it time to wake up? Like, no, it's not time to wake up. Go to sleep. And or it should just come in and hop in, or whatever. So that's what I thought. I thought it was Livy trying to wake me up. And I picked up my head a little bit and looked. I didn't see anybody. And then I thought, oh, maybe I just imagined it. Yeah, that's what it was. I imagined it. That's what it was. I imagined it. Well, then I lean back and I go to close my eyes, and for whatever reason, I left them open, and again, but even harder that time. And I remember laying there and not moving, and then looking up again and not because then I thought, okay, maybe it was because I looked up and I didn't look on the other side of the bed, and she's just chilling there and just messing with me. Nope, not a person there. Oh, maybe a person was there. I don't know. I couldn't see anyone, but that freaked me out. And I remember turning on my left side and just being in fetal position and thinking, yeah, this will work. I didn't go back to sleep. Did not go back to sleep. I was like, screw that. I'm going to stay awake. Kelsey, or hearing a kid laugh and you live alone, right? Yeah. F that, dude. Yeah. Which is crazy to say for me to say that. Like I said, I love scary shit. I love the horror genre. I dig being scared. But that shit is scary. And then sometimes you're like, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want it to happen. Let's see. Roxy says, I lived in a house with some baggage, 2 dead, different incidents. Lights would come on, all of the kitchen cabinet doors would open, footsteps. My husband heard a little kid's voice say, come here. Oh, oh, they're here. Yeah, negative Ghost Rider. Let's see. Oh, geez, my first husband was in the Navy and had to work security detail at night at the old naval hospital in Philly. We'd be sitting at the duty desk and the automatic door would open and no one would be there. Scared me to death. I bet. Yeah. I was in an apartment that the cupboard doors would open sometimes. Not sure. Not sure how. Let's see. We have a haunted suicide cell. The sound alert beeps constantly when it's empty. Oh, dude. Okay, Glenna, we got one here. It says, okay, I don't believe in ghosts completely, but my sister's house, according to her, has the spirit of her mother-in-law. Last week I am house sitting and you were house sitting after she told you this? Last week I am house sitting and I really don't want to go to bed. So I'm in bed reading and I think, okay, 5 more minutes. Right then the light goes off. I nervously laugh and say out loud, come on, 5 more minutes. The light comes back on. Oh, hell no. So trying not to pee my pants, I look at the clock and continue to read, and no shit, 5 minutes later, the light goes off. Like clap on, clap off. Is there more to the story there? Because it goes into an ellipsis and I can't read the rest of it. But if that's it, then dude, hell no. Or hell yes. I don't know. Let's see. Roxy, Elvin, Kansas has an elementary school that was burned in a fire. Kids died. My friend lived in the school. Uh, my kids or my friend lived in the school when we were in junior high. We could hear writing on the chalkboards upstairs at night. Oh, no way. That was the scariest night of my life. That is amazing and scary. Amazing and scary. Oh, damn. Hold on. I got to go back up here. Let's see. See, here's the history of the part-time job. The Betty, is that Bacharach home for afflicted children was founded by two brothers, United States congressman and a mayor. In honor of their mother, the building opened on Mother's Day in 1924. By the mid-40s, the home attained national recognition as a convalescent center for children. It was also considered as one of the best equipped institutions in the East for treatment care of those diagnosed. And it stops there. James, send me the rest, please. Because everybody else can read it. I can't see it. It stops there at diagnose. So please copy and put that in there. Copy and paste. Let's see. Erica says, I used to work night shift in a hospital. Already, that sounds crazy. In a hospital in the critical care unit, one night I was sitting at the desk and I heard the TV in one of the empty rooms turn on and was blaring at full volume. I glanced through the window and saw someone in a white lab coat standing there. So I thought maybe one of the doctors went in and turned it on. It wasn't turning down. So I walked in there to see what was going on. And much to my surprise, there was no one in the room. Screw that. That too, man. That makes me think of one of those scenes from I think it was Nightmare on Elm Street when they're all in that asylum and the girl's watching TV and then he like grabs her and pulls her right into the TV and then all you see is her dangling there. That's what that reminds me of. See, Glenna says, more to the story. I rolled over and go to sleep. I'm not arguing with my mother-in-law's spirit. Good call. Good call right there. Oof. Let me see. I'm looking at my notes to see what other stuff I got here. Oh, James says, so it was a pediatric hospital, then became the PD. So the person in the lobby is thought to be one of the kids. Oh, I mean, it's possible, man. In the county that I used to work for in Allegan, Michigan, there's an area up in Lake Town. There's an old mansion out there. There used to be an asylum as well. It's called the Felt Mansion. Look it up. A lot of different stories about that place there. And also the Melonheads of Michigan. Apparently running loose still in those woods. That asylum there, I guess it had closed down and they left a bunch of either kids there or people or whatever that had like these Melonheads. Again, you can look this up. The Melonheads of Michigan. And apparently they got out and there's like tunnels in the area and they live there. There's news stories, local news, where they talk about how this guy was out in the middle of the woods there and saw one of them. It was like aggressively coming towards them. And you know, he started hauling ass. And there was a building across from that mansion. They called it I think it was like the old 80 man building, something like that. It was an old jail and a lot of stuff happened there. There's video that you can find on YouTube where it shows someone walking through it. It's not there anymore, but like a lot of crazy shit happened out there. And let's see, Elizabeth says, I'm originally from Port Huron, Michigan. So you know about them then? You know about the Melonheads? I mean, I know it's two different areas there, but hell, I mean, they could be anywhere. You know, they're in that county as well. We had an area where this hotel used to be. And Glenna, yes, you are. You're going to Michigan and you're going to meet one of them. I'm sorry. It's a good place. It's a good area. That Felt Mansion, that you know they say was haunted. You can look up videos of that as well. There's a ballroom up at the top, and the doors would slam, and a bunch of other stuff would happen. They've completely renovated the place. It's beautiful. They have weddings there, but shit still happens there. I remember walking through and going into different rooms and stuff, and the rooms are set up the way they were. I guess when the original people who had built it when they lived there. And there's like these mannequins and stuff, and they've got their dresses on there. And I remember walking into one of those rooms, and I immediately turned around and came out because I was like, something doesn't feel right in here. And they said, oh, well, that's like where the wife, the of the husband that he built this for her. This was her room, and I thought, okay, well, she's pissed off or something because it just doesn't feel good in there. But um, the place is all good now. It's nice and everything, but they still do, a different. Actually, I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up. But they did do tours, like haunted tours and stuff. But in like the city of Allegan, their old, I think it was the old courthouse or old jail, one of the two. You can go in there. They say that you can hear people in the jail cells. People will pull on you and a bunch of other different things. Kelsey says, Felt Mansion, weddings, resurrections, and exorcisms for the whole family. Yeah, pretty much, man. Yeah, that's pretty much how it is. Um, but in an area that I grew up in, like I said, they had a building there called the Yellow Motel. And they called it the Yellow Motel because it was, they say it was haunted, of course, that it would turn like a putrid yellow. Um, a lot of different things happened there. According to legend, it was also a hideout for Al Capone and some of his crew. And when shit would go down in Chicago, like they would bring them to that area, or anywhere in that area. Um, they would take them to that hotel. There was like again tunnels. I don't know that for sure, but there were tunnels back there, but also quicksand. So they would like take out the person and then they would just throw their body in the quicksand. And because of all the crazy shit that happened there, they say the place was haunted. You can look it up in the Holland Sentinel. There is an article that talks about the Yellow Motel where the guy who used to be a caretaker there, somebody visited that person just, to say hello, to shoot the shit or whichever. They're mowing the grass. And the guy's like, I thought nobody lived here with you. And he goes, what are you talking about? And he goes, there's an old woman who's staring out the window at us. And he goes, oh, yeah, she's always there. The lady's dead. Like there's nobody there but him, but you can see that person every so often in the window from what it says in that article. Again, look it up. It's in the Holland Sentinel. You can find it. Holland Sentinel, Yellow Motel. There's a lot of information about it there. There's also in that area where there was a car crash, apparently that Al Capone was in and some people died or something like that. And people call on it. And I remember working one morning, and I know I told the story before, but for those who might not have heard it, I was working a morning shift. Actually, no, I was working midnight shift. I was just getting ready to finish that midnight shift, and it was, I don't know, 4 something in the morning. And they, or we got a phone call from one of the wrecker services in the area, out of Finnville, actually. And they said, I just wanted to let you know I'm going to pick up this car. It's into a tree in such and such area. And, but there's nobody around. The person who called it in said there's nobody around. It looks like the car's been there for a while. It's an older vehicle. And we were like, okay, we'll get them out there. There was no lights on or anything like that. So we had put that out over the air. And the officer who was leaving that area to go home, he goes, I'm actually going to be passing right by that area. And I'll let you know what I find. I'm like, all right, cool. So he goes by and he calls for to Central. And I don't remember which one. I'll just make one up. Adam 3 Central. We're like, Adam 3, go ahead. And he says, so I'm in that area and I'm right in the area that they were talking about. There is no vehicle here. And by the way, I'm just down the road from the Yellow Motel. Call up the wrecker and tell him to go ahead and let it go. So we figure that the person who called it in saw that ghost car that's part of legend, part of the story in that area. And he had called it in, and then they get out there and there's nothing there. The crazy thing too is that a few days prior to that, we had been talking about the Yellow Motel and all these different things that happen in that area, and then that shit happens. And I had told everybody, I'm out, peace. I'm going home. that was crazy right there. But yeah, look it up, man. The hotel isn't there anymore. I think the only thing that's up around there, ooh, Code for Cafe, dude. I didn't think about that one. Or maybe the caller was a ghost. Damn right. You're damn. Didn't think about that one. I'm gonna have to call up one of my friends that was working. Um, you talked about it and woke it up. I know, right? I probably and jinxed it. But yeah, you can look it up, and that information is all out there. The building is gone. It burned down, and a lot of the locals believe that it was whatever spirits that were there that finally took the building down. That it just burned, man. And because there was no trace of anything to be found of someone doing it intentionally or it being like a wiring problem or anything like that, because the place had been closed down for years. It was already falling apart. So I don't know, a lot of people in the area, like I said, they believe that that is what it was. Sherry says, I'm never gonna get to sleep tonight. Every time the cat jumps on the bed, I'm gonna think it's a ghost. I'm sorry. Sandy says, I and a friend had experienced a presence in a haunted building in Rockford called the Coronado Theater. We were, let me go back up here. We were looking at the dressing rooms where the actors in the early 1900s would use. When we walked out and started down the hall, the door in the room we were just in slammed shut. We looked at each other and my freaking small feet have never carried me so fast. Others have seen apparitions floating in the balcony and dark shadows on the stage. Our fire inspectors laughed at me and it stops right there. It goes into an ellipsis. I can't see the rest of it. Dang it. Okay, Sandy, it stops at our fire inspectors laughed at me Can you please copy and then paste the rest of it in, please? I want to see that there. And thank you. Oh, wouldn't it be weird if we went back to listen, or if you went back to listen to the recording and it was only the dispatcher talking to nothing? Yeah. So let me tell you something else. There was something that happened when I was in dispatch. I wrote about this. I wrote about it. I actually turned the incident into a zombie apocalypse type thing because it seemed like it could be something like that. I have to find that story. I can hook you all up with it and you can read it. But I'm in dispatch. I'm on phones. Nighttime, of course. Get a phone call from the local hospital. And the nurse there says, I need you to send a couple officers over here because we've got two gentlemen here who said they just like escaped someplace. And I was like, what? And she goes, yeah. She goes, it's very weird. Like they're sick. They're kind of delirious. Like, can you send somebody over here? And hey, my mom is on. Hola, mom. And so we send them out there, and this is all public knowledge too. So I'm okay. So they go out there and they were trying to say that they were being held at some place, at a like a migrant camp or something. And so we send people out to that place just like on a suspicious type thing, and they're out there forever. And I think someone from the health department went out there as well, and we don't hear a word. Like, we're kind of freaking out as to what is going on. And then after a long time, they key up and they say, we're clear. And I was like, okay. And then the nurse calls back and says, the guy's split. Like, they're not here anymore. They're gone. I'm like, okay, well, that's kind of weird. So then I asked, like, what happened out there? And they're like, well, we were looking around and all, and there was a place there that looked like it had been cleaned up, but we didn't find anything. And I thought, what could be going on? Never knew what happened, never found out what happened. I tried to like FOIA that that call and everything. It's gone. It's like nowhere to be found. So who knows, man? Who knows what was going on? But craziness. And all around Halloween and stuff too. It had to have been a prank. I'm guessing it was a prank, man. And the dudes just split. That's why they weren't there anymore. Ooh, but who knows? Oh, Sandy says here, our fire inspectors laughed at me when I told them of my experience, and then I learned later that those chicken shits go in pairs when they work a concert or event. Oh, so they were giving you crap, man, and oh, that's messed up. Let's see. I got one here that says, my dispatch is in an old jail. Okay, right there already in an old jail. Probably a lot of stuff. My dispatch is in the old jail. All I can think of is like fucking not Bob Marley. No, wrong person. not I can't even remember his name. Oh geez, what is his name? Jacob Marley. Oh, that's so stupid. I was listening to some awesome Bob Marley earlier. That's why I said it. Jacob Marley is what I was saying. That's all I can think of is Jacob Marley. And Don says, you said the F word in front of your mom. Oh, that's right. Mom's here. Sorry, Mom. I love you. Happy Halloween. It was a trick or treat, and it definitely wasn't a treat. So I'm sorry. So this says here, my dispatch is in an old jail, still have jail bars. Rumor, it's haunted from hangings and murders. I never experienced anything, but there were times I thought I was being watched or feel movement close by. Of course, we talked it up for the rookies. We were on the 4th floor and someone wrote "help me" on the outside of a window. I took a paranormal group for a tour, and they pointed out areas with paranormal activity. Ugh, it was creepy walking alone in the halls for sure. Yeah, dude. Oof. Not good. Holy crap. It's been an hour already that we've been on here. I didn't even feel like it. This is somewhat fun. I can't figure out why, though. I'm glad. I'm glad you're all having fun. I got a video that I want to show you here as we're talking about all this scary shit and all. But I want to know, where are your numbers? Some of you are real low on your numbers, and we haven't told a lot of funny stories, but these are also interesting stories. And we're here spending time together. And hopefully your numbers are going up, even though we're talking about some kind of weird, kind of scary stuff as well. Let's see. Halcyon says, at my old agency, we had our number for paranormal investigators in our Rolodex, and I'm still not sure why. Oh, no way, dude. For real? That's kind of funny. Let's see. All right. I'm going to share this. Now, this is a video, actually, when I had mentioned that that I was going to be doing this kind of a Halloween type episode. I had posted this up, and someone from Honolulu PD posted. Actually, no, my good friend Karen posted something first about them, saying, "Have you checked them out? Check out this video." And someone who works for them there at the PD, who's also friends with Karen, mentioned an update to the story. I was going to try to get the person who's in the video to be a guest on here, but the time difference between us and over there, I think is like 6 hours or something, and it would still be like around the time that she would be working. So I didn't want to bother her. But here is this. See, Lavelle says, sure, you're Mario and not Cheech and Chong. I am a Barrio brother. Yep, I'm the Mexican Mario brother, but from the barrio. That's why I got this. The the stash that goes down like this instead of whoop, like, like Mario. Okay, hold on a minute. Let me share the screen here. I haven't seen this either. So this is going to be good to watch with all of you. If you haven't seen this or watched it, rather, we're going to watch this together. All right, here we go.
I noticed I kind of felt a little bit different. My mind is really playing tricks on me. He looked visibly shaken. At that point, I was freaked out already. My name's Lonnie Pamelina. I've been a dispatcher for over 30 years. And I've gone from the Young Street station to Alapai, and now we're at the brand new JTMC, which is on King Street. Most of my career is spent at Alapai Station. And about 10 years ago, I got reassigned to training. And the training section, we work in a different part of the division at Alapai. So it's a nice little cubicle, kind of by myself. So I've been working there for a little while. And then one day, when I had gone in, sat down to do my work, I noticed I kind of felt a little bit different. Didn't pay no mind to it, started working. Then all of a sudden, thought I heard typing. I was pretty sure it was just me there. So I said, maybe I didn't notice there was somebody in the cubicle behind me. Got up, went expecting to see somebody. Nobody was there. So I thought, you know what? Maybe my mind's playing tricks on me. Maybe I'm a little tired, working too hard. So I went and sat back down, started working again, checking files, inputting stuff. And then, I started to feel like there was someone next to me. But I just checked, right, to see if someone was in the other cubicle. And I was kind of reluctant to look over my shoulder. I did. Nobody was there. So I said, my mind is really playing tricks on me. So I continued working, and I could literally feel like this breath almost against my cheek. And, I was freaked out at that point. I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to print out this last lesson that I'm doing and go to the copier machine and get it, stand up, walk away. So I get up, and as I'm walking to the machine that was only a couple feet away, I knocked over this stack of paper that was on the side of the counter. And I said, I'll come back to that later, get to the copier. And I got my papers off that, and I turned around, and the papers were back on top of the counter. At that point, I was freaked out already. So I grabbed my papers, went over to the operations side, spent the rest of the day over there. So the next day I had to go back to my cubicle, and I was still kind of concerned about what had happened the day before. I had some people that work there regularly on that side of the division. So I'd gone up to them and go, hey, have you guys ever noticed anything typing or somebody standing over you, watching you? And they're like, oh yeah, that's just Sweetie. And I said, Sweetie? And they're like, yeah, I remember Sweetie. And I was like, oh yeah, I remember Sweetie. She was a dispatcher that worked in the Young Street station with us. And when we moved to Alapai, she came over with us too. Nicest lady. Yeah. She used to come over there, talk story, and help out whenever she can. So she used that back cubicle. But unfortunately, she passed away. And it was kind of sad. A lot of us missed her. But now that I think about it, that makes sense. She would be the one that would kind of pick up after us and check on us and make sure we're okay. So then other days when I would have to be working by myself and I'd hear some typing in the background, I figure, it's just Sweetie helping me.
My name is Alan Leong, and I've been a police dispatcher for 16 years, and I started my career at the Alapai station. One day, on my day off, I needed to pick up some paperwork, but my son was with me, so I had to bring him in. I told him to wait here in this office. Don't bother anybody. So I went, I got my paperwork, came back to him, and I noticed that he looked visibly shaken. And so I asked him what was wrong. And then he said that a woman had come into the office quietly, didn't acknowledge him. She turned away from him to look at some shelves, and then she turned around and walked out of the room quietly. He noticed that she didn't have any feet. So I asked him, what was she wearing? And so when he told me, I went out to check every single dispatcher to see what they were wearing, and nobody was wearing the same clothing. So I came back to him and I asked him, what did she look like? And so he gave the description to a T that matched our suite.
So our time at the Alapai station ended. We moved to a brand new building, a whole new facility for communications. You know, it's a nice new place, and sometimes you sit there in the early morning hours and kind of look around and remember what we had back in the old station where we spent most of our time, or at least most of my career. And then I wonder, whatever happened to Sweetie? You know, did she stay there? Is she with us? I don't know. Sometimes you wonder.
Oh, no way. What'd you think of that? Oh, wow. So I wasn't expecting that at the very end. That was superb. That was excellent. They actually have, I think, a couple more on their YouTube page. So you can check those out. That props to Honolulu PD, and also to Helen for giving me permission to go ahead and share that here in the live broadcast. Man, I was trying to get her on as well, but she's working right now and would not have been able to do it. But that was excellent. Whoa. Oh man. Well, thank you all. Thank you all for joining me tonight for this special edition of Open Mic Live, Halloween edition, where we were sharing all of these stories. Yes, hashtag Sweetie. You can add that in there as well. Elizabeth says, okay, I'm good with her being a nice ghost, but yeah, it would still freak me the heck out. Me too. It would still kind of freak me out, like, what? Or can you hook me up with some coffee? Oh man. Okay. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed all the stories that we told and everything that was coming through here on the comments, and especially that video right there at the end to wrap it up. Again, thank you to Honolulu PD for that, and for giving me permission to be able to share that. That was awesome. And for everybody out there, again, thank you for joining me for this episode. Happy Halloween to all of you. Have a safe Halloween, and I look forward to seeing a lot of your pictures. A lot of your pictures that I'm sure that you have either in your dispatch center, or out with your kids or with your friends or whichever. Hook it up with some pictures. I want to see some. So again, thank you for everything. Thank you to all the patrons. This live broadcast has been sponsored by INdigital as well as RapidDeploy. If you have any comments, questions, or you ever want to be a guest on the flagship show or even the Dispatchers Roundtable or anything like that, you can send us an email to wttpodcast@gmail.com. Once again, that is wttpodcast@gmail.com. You can like us on Twitter. That is @91podcast. You can like us on Facebook. That is facebook.com/Within the Trenches podcast. This show will always be free, but if you're looking for any bonus content, any discounts for the store, swag, t-shirts, early sneak peeks at new items that are coming to the store, also early release episodes as well as ad-free episodes, singing badly in my car, holy shit, there's a lot of stuff, and all of that, you can go to patreon.com/WTT podcast. And thank you again so much to the patrons. I wouldn't be able to do everything that I do without you, without the sponsors, and of course all of you who join me every week for the network, for Open Mic Live, Dispatchers Roundtable, Within the Trenches podcast, everything. Imagine Listening, the Dare to Be Great conference, all of it. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You have no idea. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. This can be seen on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And then for the flagship show, the audio for Within the Trenches podcast can be heard 24/7 on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, your favorite podcasting app, and withinthetrenches.net. And Kelsey, Halloween is my 18-year drug-free anniversary. Congratulations. Nice. Very well done. Awesome. Everyone, have an excellent holiday, and I will see you next week. Have a good night. And sleep tight.